You're alone all the time. Does it ever puzzle you? Have you asked why you seem to fall in love and out again? Do you ever really love or just pretend? Why fool yourself? Don't be afraid to help yourself, 'cause it's never too late to stop, look, and listen to your heart and what it's saying. Stop, look, and listen to your heart and what it's saying. Love, love, love. Ow. Now we try, but we can't hide all the things you really feel. It's not okay. That's enough. That's enough. That's my favorite song, you guys. But all right, all right. You gotta stop, look, and listen to your heart, because that cannot lie. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mental House with me. I am your host, Khadijah. You know, this is where we dump that crap right here in the Mental House. Now, today I really wanted to touch on partner choices. Wow, wow, wow. Because we hear this a lot. Why the hell did I pick that person? And, this person is this, that, and the other, and they did me like blah, blah, blah. Well, really, that person is a reflection of you. And so you only pick internally what you are. So I think it's about time that we stop blaming the other person for, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think it's time that we, in essence, kind of stop blaming the partner for doing us wrong or being wronged or whatever that situation is, and kind of look at it again like that grid. If you wounded, if you come out in this gate and you're wounded and you don't know that you're wounded, you are going to attract partners who are wounded as well, who and I guess the depth of the wounds you'll find out as you get involved deeper and deeper and deeper in the relationship. But the most important thing to understand here is when you have a real healthy self love, and when you really authentically learn to love the self, then can, and only then can you attract a healthy partner, and your partner won't be a reflection of your mammy or your daddy or your caretaker or whoever the hell raised you or was a dominant influence in your life, especially if it was extremely negative. Okay, does that make any sense? I hope it does. So let me share this with you, from, again, adult children of alcoholics and dysfunctional parents. I want to share an excerpt from that. It is by the Freeds. Okay. Family systems theorists speak of how we reenact our family of origins in our adult lives. Okay. So there is some truth to the old Freudian idea that we marry our father or our mother. But people get confused by this idea because they only look at the surface characteristics of themselves and their mother and their father. If mom was overtly emotional and clingy, we might marry someone who on the surface is strong and independent. If the systems from which we came from are dysfunctional, then that strong, independent woman will be foreclosed with a dependent child living within her body. When her dependency comes out, it may take on the form of her being demanding, pushy, and critical. Her fear causes that state in her. It's only the inner fear. And, of course, it's no fun to be around. Okay? Or she may reveal her dependency in letting you walk all over her. You being the offender and she being the victim. She will be competent and independent at work, but helpless in her relationships with you. In her relationship, I should say, with you. What actually happened here is that you reacted to mom's helplessness and dependency, became the offender like your dad, and married someone who you thought was the opposite of mom, but who really wasn't. Reacting to our families of origin means that we are not free from them. They still control us if we have to react to them instead of making our own choices based on a clear identity. Okay? We get tangled up in each other's lives too much. Your sadness becomes my sadness, or I expect you to meet all of my needs and my and demands, and really demand this. I want you to fill my cup. I don't know how to stop asking and demanding. I push you for sex when you don't want it. I make you stay up half the night to talk about problems. I get jealous if you have friends, especially of the opposite sex. In other words, I don't let you be you. I blame you for my unhappiness instead of doing what I need to do to become happier. We started out as separate people before we met. If we are uncovering adult children, if we are unrecovering adult children, we quickly get so tangled up that we can't have intimacy because basically we've lost our identity. And that's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it? That's some hard truth for your ass. Woo, that's some hard truth for your ass. I'm sorry, y'all. It really is. It really is. Because I just see that in so many lives. So many people I encounter today. So many attributes. So many ways that I handled relationships before I got in recovery. Before I knew what the hell was going on. Before I knew what my grid marks was. I saw myself manifesting a lot of these insecure how do you say it? Insecure, enmeshed behaviors. And a lot of us are living like this below the grid, and we think we're in a relationship. And when we show up and we smile, like Mary J said, we smile on the outside, and we go through all the motions of having it all together because we have this other significant person on our side. But deep inside of us, we're full of dead man's bones, and we haven't addressed any of these things. And this is exactly what we're dealing with in our personal relationships. So if I read that one more time, maybe it'll sound a little different, and maybe you'll grasp it a little bit more. Unclear boundaries is what it's called. This unclear boundaries. basically. We get tangled up in each other's lives too much. Your sadness becomes my sadness, or I expect you to meet all of my needs, and I demand this. I actually demand it. If you want to be my lover, you got to do this. If you want to be my then you got to do this. And girl, you got to do this. Oh God. Oh my God. I want you to fill my cup. And I don't know how to stop asking and demanding. I push you for sex when you don't even want it. I make you stay up half the night to talk about problems. I get jealous if you have friends, especially if they're of the opposite sex. In other words, I don't let you be you. I don't know how to let you be you. I blame you for my unhappiness instead of doing what I need to do to become happier. We started out as separate people before we met. If we are unrecovering adult children, we quickly get so tangled up that we can't have any intimacy because we've lost our own identity. Oh well, I know a lot of y'all don't like that and don't want to hear that because it don't sound too good. But it's true. It's true. We invest way too much in our few close relationships. We expect our spouse or partner to be all things to us: mother, father, lover, friend, tennis partner, parent of our children, only confidant, therapist, bridge partner, babysitter, provider, and nobody can be all these things to one person. And, you know, in one of my favorite books, The Road Less Traveled, Scott Peck says that we don't truly love each other unless we can live without each other. And we agree. That's when you know you love somebody. When you can truly live without them, and we agree. Real talk. You know, last thing I want to say is like about handling conflicts. Conflict in relationships is unavoidable. It's totally unavoidable. Whenever two people get close to each other for a while, their very separativeness will lead to differences of opinion, needs, or values. It's okay. It's perfectly normal and it's natural. In healthy relationships, though, these conflicts get settled. In unhealthy relationships, they drag on and 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 on. Or both people compromise so much that they both feel bored in the relationship because they've given away their power. Woo. Yeah. I did say lastly, but this is lastly. We don't want to deal with our control issues. I'd be remiss if I wouldn't say that. Because this is related to our fear of abandonment and ultimately to our fear of death. We are mortal. We cannot prevent our physical death. We cannot make someone love us. The power struggles that we get into with each other are about the need to control the uncontrollable. Let me say this again. The power struggles that we get into with one another is really about the need to control the uncontrollable. In fact, that's what addictions are about. It is very common for us to act out our addictions much more when we are alone or when that spouse or lover of ours is on a 4-day business trip. When they are home with us, we try and control the situation by controlling them, which only pushes them further and further away from us. which is ultimately not what we want. But it's unconsciously what we do. So, I just want to encourage you, each and every one of y'all, to keep working on yourself. Like I tell myself, keep working on your breathing. Keep working on yourself. Every day is a new day. Don't fall into the trap of trying to deal with shit outside of yourself. It's too much. It's too much. And the only person you really can fix is you. And if you want to see the society change, basically, it's really like Michael Jackson said. Besides some of the things that you know that are inevitable, you really got to start with the man in the mirror. It's the only thing that will help you navigate through the madness better, and it is the only thing that will help you heal through the madness a little better. Okay? Well, that's my words for today on this Sunday. Stop, look, and listen to your heart and what it's saying, because it cannot lie. All right, y'all. If you like what you hear, you know what to do. Like and subscribe and share it, and get some other your friends to come on in the mental house and drop some of that garbage off here, some of that mental crap. And hey, listen, if you want to send me an email, if you want to have me read a request or a thought that you may have, how about I make it real easy? Why don't you send your email? We'll do an email. Send it to the mental house at wi.rr.com. The mental house at wi.rr.com. And I will respond to it ASAP. I will get your letter read, and I will definitely try to address and share with you whatever you need for your healing, as it helps me in mine. Okay? Thank you for being out there, and I'll see you next time, family, in the mental house. God willing, be blessed.